You found this article. Put it up for me.
Yeah, so this basically talks about the fact that a big job in corporate America today is whoever's in charge of AI. You talk about this. We talk about this in the book that companies will need a chief AI officer. It has to be right at the C-suite level. It's such a critical function and enabler that if you don't have this at the C-suite level, then you risk being disrupted, and you won't be around for long. And you make the comment around that kind of existential threat of either you're a company using AI or you're out of business, right? I love that framing.
Yeah, I say by the end of the decade, you're either fully utilizing AI or you're out of business. So people ask, what can I do? How do I get started? Everybody acknowledges, yeah, I get it. It isn't AI that's going to kill my company. It's another company using AI that's going to kill my company. And so what do I do? And my first comment to them is find a chief AI officer. And they say, what is that? And for me, a chief AI officer is someone who's on your team. They aren't coding a large language model. They're not, they understand what's going on and they're whispering in your ear. They understand your business and they're saying, okay, we're going to use, this product from Google, this product from, OpenAI, this product from whatever it might be. And in so doing, they're helping you use the technology that's coming. And that chief AI officer could be, 21 years old for all I care. It doesn't need to be.
You want them to be 21 years old.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We have a community member, Diego Soroa. Okay. And he's amazing.
ExO community.
In my ExO community. He's a GSP alumni from Singularity University. And he teaches, he's a professor at a university called IE in Spain. And he uses AI for grading the papers, advising the students as to how to write their papers, different models of researching papers, image generation using Midjourney. He's got a full panoply of AI tools that is mandatory for both him and his students to use. I think that's where we'll end up very soon. The idea of a chief AI officer that can help navigate these models and just plot a course through this is absolutely mandatory in my head. And not just for companies, but for government departments and for policy think tanks and for pretty much every function where we had human intelligence before. You need an AI assistant going forward.
So let's take it a step further, pal. You and I have talked about having AI board members, having AI executive officers. When I'm in a board meeting right now, when I'm in a staff meeting right now, I've got, Gemini open or ChatGPT, and I'm asking it the same questions I'm asking my team. And in fact, one of the things that I think is incredibly powerful is to say, okay, here's a problem, asking the team what they think of it. And then I might say something like, what would Steve Jobs think of this problem? And you can post it in that way and say, how would Steve Jobs answer this question? Or how would he market this product? And it's incredibly powerful, right? So where is this going in terms of taking over the boardroom and the executive suite?
Well, we talked when we launched the book on the Impact Theory podcast, Tom Bilyeu's podcast, of having the next billion-dollar company be 3 people and a bunch of AIs, right? Yeah. And then Sam Altman, of course, took it to the next level and said it's 1 person with a bunch of AIs. Well, I would, if you combine that thinking and that vector with this concept of an AI officer, well, there's absolutely no reason why your CMO can't be an AI, why your CFO can't be an AI, why your CEO almost can't be an AI. I think you'll end up with a C-suite of AIs helping you manage the company, with the human being the shoveling of information and data and reports into the AI. Because it's going to do a much better job of summarizing everything. What I look forward to is the fight between the CMO and the CFO. Can we fund that project or not? And the CFO AI will go, we can't afford it. And the CMO AI will go, we have to have it, etc. And that'll be the fun discussion for me.
This year at Abundance Summit, I've got a generative AI scorecard in which I'm asking our members to score themselves in all of the business operation functions, like how much generative AI are you using in HR, in legal, in operations, in IT and cybersecurity, and so forth. And there are so many incredible tools currently available. So you're at a minimum, your executive officer needs to be using these tools to complement themselves right now.
I think you're going to end up with what I call the 1995 IBM problem.
What's that?
Okay. So in 1995, IBM did a survey of all the CIOs of the Fortune 500. And they said, how many of you use open source software in your computing stack? And 95% of them said, no, we don't use open source. We have totally Oracle, Microsoft, closed stack computation, software development, etc. Then they went down to the sysadmins who were running the systems and said, how many of you use open source? And 95% said yes. and IBM made a major bet on open source as a result, bought Red Hat, etc., and proved to be a huge success because all those sysadmins, which were actually using open source, ended up over time becoming the CIOs. And I think if you went to a CEO today and said, how many of your people using generative AI? You'd go, no, we're not really using it. But down on the ground, they're all like using it every day illegally and inappropriately. They're feeding half the company's information into ChatGPT without realizing it. And it's happening anyway. So I think that's what you'll find there.